Hello, class 11th student. Today I'm going to start chapter 4 Organization of Data from your book Statistic for Economics. First of all, what do you mean by organization of data? So, organization of data refers to systematic arrangement of collection of raw data for what? So that the data becomes easy to understand, more convenient for the further statistical treatment. So in the beginning we had learned that we do collection of data. When we do the collection of data, these data are not organized. These data is not in any sequence. So first of all we are going to organize them, yani we are going to arrange them in a systematic manner in ascending order, in descending order, individual series, discrete series, continuous series. So this is what, so when we arrange the data in a systematic manner, so it is known as a organization of data. Why we do? Because data become understandable. Now, organization of data depend upon classification of data. When you do the classification, it is going to be organized. Okay, so now when we are going to learn this chapter organization, so organization is all about classification. So classification is what? Classification is the process of arranging data in sequence and groups according to their common characteristic of separating them into different but related parts. देखो, classification is originated from the word class. Class means group. So classification of data is related to grouping of data. Okay, why? So that we can make a comparative study. Now if we are doing the classification, so what quality should a classification have? So homogeneity. We are going to keep similar data one side and dissimilar data one side. Like if there are data, okay, so we can make the classification on the basis of girls and boys. Okay, so whatever marks gained by girl, that we are going to write one side, and uh, number of boys we are going to write another side. Same way we can do educated, uneducated, illiterate, literate, uh, employed, unemployed. So the similar data we are going to keep one side, and dissimilar data we are going to keep other side. Suitability. So when we are doing the classification, we have to think about the objective. Clarity. So we should write, and we should make the classification neat and clear. Okay, like when you write on your blackboard attendance, so present, girls, boys, total present. So this is very neat and clean, anyone can understand. So this is what, this is classification. Flexibility means change. If you require any change, you are able to do the change. So this is what, this is flexibility. The classification must have possibility of change. Diversification. Okay, there maybe some data are diverse, so if there is diversification, we can use it. Now basis of classification. So classification is done on the four bases. First is chronological means on the basis of time. When we arrange the data in ascending or descending order, keeping in the mind time, यानी कि basis year, quarters, month, week, decade, century. So this is what, this is your chronological classification. So chronological is related to classification of data on the basis of time. Okay, so here you can have one example. So population of India is given 1942, 1981. Okay, so here classification of population is done on the basis of year. So you can see here. So this is what, this is chronological classification. Now next to geographical or spatial classification. What is this? So geographical या spatial is related to classification on the basis of place या on the basis of location या you can say on the basis of area. Okay, like country, state, city, district, block. So this is geographical. Now here is one example. So here is population, estimation of population on the basis of state. Andhra, Bihar, Karnataka, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh. So here is given food grains of production state wise. Okay, we can same do explanation of या फिर data of population regarding different state या unemployment in different state. So this is what, this is your geographical या spatial classification. Now next is quantitative classification. So quantitative classification, data are classified with reference to descriptive characteristic like sex, caste, religious, literacy. Quantitative means qualitative means what? It is related to attribute, it is related to quality of a person. So educated, uneducated, illiterate, literate, women, men. Okay, so these are related to qualitative classification. Now, quantitative classification, data are classified on the basis of some measurable characteristics such as height, weight, age, income, marks, profit, loss, income, expenditure, number of the firm, number of population. So all these things always explained with the help of quantitative classification. Okay, here student, I had told you qualitative classification. So that qualitative classification is divided into two parts, simple and manifold. Simple is related to only one quality, so like male, female, healthy, unhealthy, educated, uneducated. Okay, and manifold classification is related to more than one characteristic, so that is called manifold. Here is given one example. So skilled and unskilled, it is simple, but when we do the further classification, literate, illiterate, rural, urban, so this become manifold, qualitative classification. So remember, qualitative यानी कि when we do the classification on the basis of characteristic या attribute. Okay, so it is of two types, simple and manifold. Simple is related to one quality, manifold is related to many quality. Look at here. Okay, now this is the example of quantitative classification. Quantity means number. When data are classified on the basis of in number, on the basis of number, like weight, whenever you write the weight, it is always going to be in number. Okay, now so we had learned what is classification, characteristic and basis. Now we are going to the second part of this chapter, that is related to organization of data. So first of all, what is raw data? So raw data, that data that is unorganized, when data is not in any sequence, so that type of data is known as a raw data. Okay, now a characteristic which is capable of being measured and change its value over time is called a variable. Okay, so next point is that is given in your book, concept of variable. Variables are what? That you can measure over a period of time. Okay, so now there are two type of variable, discrete and continuous. What is discrete variable? So those variable that increases in jumps are incomplete number, are not fractional, so that is discrete. Like these are the example 2, 4, 10, 15, 25. So these type of number is discrete variable. Now continuous variable, so that is given in interval या फिर fraction. Okay, like wage of worker in a factory, so that are in range 0 to 5, 5 to 10. So this is continuous variable. Now series, type of series. So There are three types of series basically: individual, descriptive and continuous. Okay, but we divide to first board division: individual series यानी कि series without frequency, and second is frequency series. Frequency series, there is two: discrete, that is also known as a frequency array, and frequency distribution, that is known as a continuous series. Now what is individual series? So here is given, in which the value of items are listed singly. So that is example of individual series. Okay class, here you can see there are 6 workers who are working and their daily wage is given. Okay, serial number wise. So this is the example of individual series. Your mark slip is also example of individual series. Your attendance register is also example of individual series. Now, discrete series या frequency array is that series in which data are prescribed in a way that exact measurable of the items and clearly shown. So discrete series is related to grouping of data that you can exactly measure. Like here, in this example, there are given the size of household. Size of household, there are 6 household. How many family member? So you can see in the first house there are 5 member, in the second house there are 15, in third 25, in fourth 35, and in 5 10, and 6 5. Okay, now continuous series, it is that series in which items cannot be exactly measured. The item assume a range of value and are placed within the range. Okay, so continuous series are those series in which data are also grouped but we cannot measure it. It is always in class intervals. For example, here is given marks. Okay, so 10 to 20 there are 4 who are getting, 20 to 30 range there are 5 students, 30 to 50 8 students, 40 to 50 5 students, 50 to 60 4 students, and 60 to 70 3 students. Okay, but we cannot tell कि these 4 students actually how much marks they are getting. We know कि their marks is equal to 10 are less than 20, but exactly how much they are getting we can't explain. So this is your continuous series. Now again a quick revision. We had learned statical series means what? Systematic arrangement of data, raw data यानी कि original या crude form. Series, it is related to arranging the data into different classes. So here we are going to understand, we had learned the 3 series: individual when items are listed singly, continuous frequency distribution, grouping of data that we can exactly measure. Next is continuous series, grouping of data that we cannot exactly measure. Now here is given how individual series are constructed. So according to serial number there are 2 ways. So you can see like your absent, present, your mark slip, your number in different subject. So these are the example of individual series where a teacher write your number according to your roll number. Okay, so same is here. There are 5 students, how much they are getting, it is written singly. So it is on the basis of serial number. Now ascending or descending order. In ascending order, smallest number is placed first. In descending order, highest number is placed first. Okay, frequency series. So we construct frequency series with the help of the tally bars, and in frequency distribution we use tally bars as well as we have to write all the data in class interval with their frequencies. Okay, now frequency distribution, it refers to a table in which observed value of a variable are classified according to their numerical magnitude. So already I had told you discrete series and continuous series. So discrete series we can exactly measure, in continuous series we cannot exactly measure. It is in complete number or it is in class interval. Now there are some important word that used in continuous series. Class. So what is class? Here is written 0 to 5, 5 to 10. So this is your class. If I write 0 to 10, 10 to 20, so this is your class. Okay. So two limits, upper and lower limit, makes class. Now class limit, so it is related to two limit, upper and lower. Like 0 is lower limit and 5 is upper limit. Now class interval, difference between these two limit. Like if I say 0 to 5, so what is its class interval? 5. When we subtract 0 minus 5, so we 5 minus 0, so we get class interval. Okay, so how we are going to calculate its class interval? 5 minus 0. Okay, range. So difference between upper limit and lower limit, it is also known as a range. Mid value, how we calculate? Upper limit plus lower limit upon 2. Like if we are going to calculate mid value 0 to 10, so 10 plus 0 is equal to 10 and upon 2 यानी कि 5. Okay. Frequency. So frequency tell how the number falls in a series, यानी repetition of या observation of a value in a series. So now continuous series is further divided into 5: exclusive, inclusive, open and cumulative and mid value series. Okay class. So we are going to learn one by one. Exclusive series. So what is exclusive series? Upper limit of these class, all item of class are included in itself. यानी कि when upper limit of one class is the lower limit of next class. So this is known as a exclusive series. Here you can see that this 10 is upper limit of first class and lower limit of the next. So such type of series is known as a exclusive series. Now inclusive series. So upper class limits of classes are included in the respective classes. So here upper limit of one class is not lower limit of other class या next class. Next class. Okay, so here you can see 9 is the upper limit. It is not the lower limit of next. Okay, so this is inclusive series. Now conversion. If inclusive is given, so how you can convert into exclusive? So first of all, we are going to find out the difference between upper limit minus lower limit of next. Upper limit of first class and lower limit of next class. Okay, then half is added for upper and half is subtracted for lower. So this is the formula. Okay. So here is given one example. So here you can see that this is inclusive series. Okay, now how we can change it in exclusive? So here you can see कि 30 to 39, 39, this is 40 and 49, here is 50. So upper limit and lower limit both are not same. So it is inclusive. How we can convert? So first 40 minus 39, upper limit minus lower limit of next class. So we get 1. This we take half, yani we are going to divide by 2. So we get 0.5. So this 5 is subtract for lower limit and added for upper limit. Here you can see कि 30 minus 0.5 29.5, फिर 40 minus 0.5 39.5, 50 minus 0.5 so 49.5, 60 minus 0.5 so 59.5, 70 minus 0.5 69.5. So same with here, and in this way it is converted into exclusive series. Now open AND series. So open AND series is that series in which lower limit of first class and upper limit of last class are not given, are missing. So here you can see lower limit not given, here upper limit not given. So such type of series is known as a open AND series. Now cumulative frequency series. So it is obtained by successively adding the frequency. It is of two types, less than and more than. In less than, class interval are added successively, and more than, cumulative frequency is obtained by finding cumulative total of frequencies. Remember one more thing, less than is always started with the upper limit. Okay class, it is always associated with the upper limit, and more than is always associated with the lower limit. Okay, so here you can see this is the example. This is a simple series, simple frequency series that is converted into less than and more than. Okay, so less than always started with the upper limit less than, and with the lower limit more than. Okay, so how we can convert, it is given here in this example. Here you can see it is an example of simple frequency series. Okay, now we are going to convert into less than and more than series. So less than 10. Okay, I'm going to explain here only. So when we construct less than, less than, so less than always started with the upper. So we will write less than 10, less than 15, less than 20, less than 25, less than 30. Okay, so now how we are going to write cumulative frequency? So how many students who get less than 10? So 3. How many who get less than 15? So 8 plus 3. 8 plus 3 yani ki 11. Now how many students who are getting less than 20? So 11 plus 9. So it is 20. फिर how many students who get less than 25? So 20 plus 4. 24. And then how many who get less than 30? So 24 plus 4. 28. Okay class. So I think you are able to understand. If you are having any problem, you can ask in class. Okay, online classes. So here you can see how we had calculated. Now talk about the more than series. So more than series, more than always started with the lower limit. So how we will write? More than 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Now how we are going to write its cumulative frequency? So in the more than, at the top we write sum total of all the frequency. So here it will be 28. Now, so there are 28 student who get more than 5. Now, how many student who are getting more than 10? So these 3 student are getting less than that. So we subtract 28 minus 3. Okay. So 25. In this way we are going to calculate. You can see here. Okay. Sorry. So more than 5, more than 10, and this is the way we are going to count cumulative frequency. Now mid value series. So mid value or midpoint is known as a middle value of class interval. Such when such mid value are given, it is called mid value series. Now mid value series, how we can convert into simple frequency series? So first of all, we have to calculate difference of two mid value. Now divided by 2, yani take the half of this. Okay, add and subtract. Half is subtracted and added. Subtracted for the lower limit, added for the upper limit. Now here is one example, you can see. Okay, and here is its solution. Okay, how it is done? So you have to subtract. Here you can find there is difference of 10 10 10. Okay, everywhere there is difference of 10. So first of all, we are going to first step, you have to make the difference of 2. Find out the difference of 2 mid value. So 15 minus 5, we get 10. So this is a step 1. Step 2, take half of it, yani ki 10 is divided by 2. Whenever you want half, you divide it by 2. So 5. Now this 5 for lower limit, this 5 is subtracted. Okay, and for upper limit, this 5 is added. Okay class, so here is given. So when we calculate the difference, we get 10, or its half will be 5. Now 5 is subtracted for the lower limit and 5 is added for the upper limit. In this way we are able to write class interval. Okay, thank you class. If you are having any problem, any doubt, so you can ask online classes. All of you join the class, and these video are for repetition, for making more easier the concept. Still you are having the problem, ask the question in your online classes. Thank you.